You'll never be able to make $10,000 per month online or anywhere else unless you fix these two things first. What are these things? Let's get into it and I'll show you how to fix them. You won't make money online or anywhere just because you know the method or the system and understand how it works. I know how to do it will not make you money. It is doing it that will make you the money. Implementing the steps you know that will make you make money. If you know it very well and you even teach others how to do it because you know it very well, but you don't do it, you won't get the results. So knowing is a very important part of it, but it's not what will eventually get you the result. It is doing that will get you the results. There's a reason why I'm saying this, to get us to the first thing you need to fix. Now that we have settled that knowing it is not equal to doing it, why would somebody know how to make $10,000 per month and wants to make $10,000 per month and not then do the things he or she knows to do to get the results they want? It's down to one thing: motivation. Somebody might know how to make $10,000 per month and be comfortable with $500 per month. He's okay. He doesn't think of anything more. I am happy with this amount. What am I bothering my head with $10,000? I don't even want the spotlight. And there are people like that. I have a friend who complains about someone who works for him. This person is on kind of retainership. He keeps complaining. This man is not ambitious. Look at the things I have for him to do. He's only content with doing this small one. And I asked him, is he paying his children's school fees? He said yes. Is he living in the kind of house he wants? He said yes. See, the guy has met his goal for life. He's not motivated to go the extra mile. You are motivated. He is not. So motivation is a critical thing. And I'm going to show you something about motivation. Somebody said, you will not make the effort to change from where you are to another level until the pain of staying where you are now exceeds the pain of trying to change or going to the next level. Motivations we have are either pain, running away from pain, or running towards pleasure. That's basically all. People will respond almost instantaneously to run away from pain, but may take time and procrastinate when they are talking about moving into something pleasurable. For example, if you love cool drinks and you are at a distance from where you will get the cool drink. Most people will say, I love cool drinks, it's pleasurable, but the one I have close here is just ordinary water. Let me drink there. It's water than water. The person drinks. But look at that same person. If he mistakenly or she mistakenly places his hand on a red hot stove, on a hot stove, very hot stove, immediately he places his hand on the red hot stove, he does not waste time to, it's hot. He takes off his hand almost instantaneously. Why? Pain will respond faster. And there is logic to it. Because pain is a signal to your brain that something is out of place, something is wrong, you are in danger. So we will take a lot of measures to escape danger or pain or harm than we will to improve and have more pleasure. So when you understand that, it will help you when we get to the solutions part. So the point is you need to have a good why, a strong why. I don't want to get into my personal story, but it might be important to just let you know. I have known how to make some serious money for a long time. Like by 2011 January, I was already making about $1,000 per day. But then why didn't I scale up and become a dollar millionaire? There was no motivation. I wanted it, I liked it, but I didn't have enough motivation. So I'm talking from first-hand experience. The motivation to go the extra mile, to do the extra things, to put your brain into work, and even expose yourself to attacks, verbal attacks, and whatever that comes to rich people. There's a lot of things rich people experience that poor people don't experience. So sometimes people are just comfortable. I'm okay here. I can take care of myself. I can pay my bills. I can live in the kind of house I want to live. I can buy the car I want to buy. What else am I looking for? So it happened to me that I just decided, oh, this is enough. I'm okay. I didn't say it's enough, but I was not driven to a higher level. I was discussing with a friend. I said, if I tell you I don't know how to make $100,000, will you believe me? He said, no, he won't believe me because he knows. Because he has worked with me, he knows the things I know. He knows I've signed non-disclosure agreements with at least one big company to do certain things for them. But I would never tell any other person that I've worked for them. Why? Because I have the skills. But you see, even though I have the skills to make $100,000 per month, it is to I will say I know I have never made $100,000 per month as at the time of recording this. But then what changed things for me? What made me flip my mind? Okay, now it's time for me to make $100,000 per month. Something motivated me, and when I now look at my own case, it was pain too. Something bigger than me, painful. No, this can happen in my life. This can happen in my life. I know what to do. Now let me do it. And now the regimen I am going through to get the results are not things I would have agreed to do not too long ago. As I'm recording this video, I would have loved not to do anything today. I would have just liked to lounge and relax. But because of my target, I must this year, 2025, I must hit $1 million. Because of that, I could not just go and say relax and lounge. I have to record 2 videos today to be able to meet up with what I know I need to do to get the results. So motivation is very, very important. But as important as motivation is, there's something that is even more sinister that can hold you back from making $10,000 per month or any amount you want to make. If you're at the level where you need to get into $1 million per month, there's something more sinister that can hold you back. You might even be at a level where you are just trying to hype yourself to making $1,000 per month. There's something more sinister than motivation because it really can even affect and determine your motivation. And that thing is mindset. Mindset. This one can be so subtle, you don't even know it's there. It's like a software. Since you're watching this on YouTube, I know at least you're acquainted with tech a little bit, at least. What you can do with CapCut, that's a video editing program, you can't do it with Microsoft Word. You can't. No matter how skilled you are in Microsoft Word, you can't make it edit your video. At least as at the time of recording this video. Why? The software is designed to do something else. But let's even not go too wide. Let's say you want to do some graphic designs. One person has let's say Photoshop or software at that level. Another person is using Paint, the paint that comes with your Windows. No matter how hard the guy using Paint tries, assuming both himself and the person using Photoshop are at the same level of graphics design, what this person using Photoshop will do effortlessly and fast, the guy using Paint will struggle to do it. And in fact, he will be limited. There are a lot of things Photoshop will do that Paint can't do. And it has nothing to do with the person trying to use the software. It has to do with the software. The software has limitations. There are some programs you cannot run on Windows 7. There are programs you can only run on Windows 11 and above. There are things you cannot run on certain platforms. Your mindset is like software. It determines what your hardware, you, can do or can't do. If we can go to Elon Musk and get his brain and transplant his brain to you, which means you get his mindset, you will start doing the things Elon Musk does. If you can get Elon Musk's mindset, you begin to think like him. You begin to look at impossibility from his own point of view. And if they should put your own brain your own mindset into Elon Musk will start limiting himself like you do. That's why mindset is very important. But the question is, where did you get it from? You got it from nurture and culture. Now, the culture refers to your environment, where you grew up. That's why somebody say you can take a person out of a ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of him. Actually, you can take the ghetto out of a person, but you understand what that statement is about. It's about where people grew up has such profound effect on their lives that even when they have attained higher levels, you still see them do something sometimes. Say, where did this person grow up? You say, okay, how about you? No wonder. Now, this is true. Let me give you a practical example. I have noticed boys who grew up in very poor neighborhoods because I've had to deal with them a number of times because of the work I do. I teach people how to make money online. The first big money they make online, almost without exception, all of them rush to buy a car. And no matter how far away you have taken them from that gate they grew up in, when they buy that car, they will find a reason to drive that car to the neighborhood and go and greet guys. They just like showing myself. I don't buy car. It is almost always something that happens. But you see, young people whom we train, who grew up from middle class families, where a car was just a car. It is nothing more than a tool to move from one point to another. Some of them will not even buy a car. They say, what do I need a car for? I can take Uber. I work at home. I don't go out often. I'll take Uber. Like the friend I was telling you in one of my videos that made about 100 million naira in 1 month. Didn't have a car as at the time that happened. Even the car he bought later for when he came around, he sold the car. When he goes around, he takes Uber because he understands what a car is. A car is a means of transportation from point A to point B. So if he has the contact of very good people who can always be available for him, he does that. So for him, a car is not something you flex with. It's not. It's a tool. But people who grew up in a different culture, that's a different environment. For them, a car, I get powerful car. That's why you see people who respond in a certain way, wanting to show off their wealth, they tend to come from a certain background. Whereas people who actually were born into wealth tend to want to tone things down, tend to want to hide their wealth. They try to conceal because the higher people go and begin to really touch real money, the less they want to tell people that they make money. They want to conceal it. They want to tone things down. But people who have small tertiary money, they want to make noise. Now, I'm using this to explain something to us. That when a child is growing up in that environment, he was not planning to say himself, I would want to show off. It's just that it was what was passed on to him in that environment. Then they nurture how he or she was trained, as in the direct training he got or she got. Now, people can train you to become timid. They can train you to have inferiority complex. Like imagine children who grew up in a place where somebody came to visit their father and maybe drove a very big car, expensive car, and parked outside. And the curious child went to look at the child. The car was rubbing his finger on the car, looking at it. And the mother comes and says, Junior, you dey craze? If they sell you, you just said they go fit buy that car. And the little boy just pulls back and starts looking at the car from a distance. So, man, so if they sell me, they never fit buy this car. Now, at that very impressionable age, this child has been given a note that goes there and becomes a software. A car is more valuable than you. So in future, when he even buys a car, you see the way he will treat people because of his car. And you wonder, is this not a car? Is it not a car that this guy is behaving like this? Don't blame him. It is a software. Him mama don't tell and say, if they sell am, they don't fit buy car. And that thing went in when he was still a child. So those of us who are raising children, if you have taken interest in parenting, you know how they tell you, be careful the things you tell your children. Be careful the words you use around your children because they are shaping their worldview. So you got it from your parents, you got it from your siblings, you got it from authority figures. Say, look at this one, mumu. When they talk about person, when they call person, I leave this and this and not person. Now, this is very important because there was a seminar we went for, and the person who was teaching us said that the church, they were doing a program, they were doing a revival, and they said those who have problems, prayers, who needed prayer should come forward. Wanted the man of God to pray for them. And then people started coming out, and then that's why a 3-year-old who joined and came to receive prayer. I said, I had a problem. So the man of God was enthused. I said, young man, what is your problem? And the person, because it was in an Igbo setting, the child said, actually, I'm able mad. I will explain what that means. The child said, I want to become a human being. And the man of God said, you are a human being already. He said, no. My papa and my mother say I know be human being. Because like in our Igbo community, sometimes when people are talking and they say, I say, that one a person, that one a person, that one a human being. And they said such things so much to that little boy. When they are talking about serious, they say, Carol, that one a person. That person a human being. So that thing entered the boy, and the boy saw himself as less than a human being. So people pick this mindset from the people who raised them, the authority figures in their lives, the things they said, the activities, the refusals, the rejections, they have all those things create a software. The words they had repeatedly. Like my own, part of the mindset I inherited was that having too much money is not necessary, it's not even good. Because I will hear my dad say, God, I don't want to be too rich. I just want to have enough for myself and my family. My parents had opportunity to be billionaires. Yes, billionaires by Nigerian standard. But that was their prayer and that was their desire. And they said it. My dad changed his opinion the day somebody, I'm telling you this story so that it will stick in your mind. My dad changed his opinion the day somebody trekked from K2 to our house then in Okota. If you know Lagos, you can think about the distance. The person settled in his heart because they knew my dad to be a comfortable person. I said financially comfortable many years back. The person said, I know if I meet Elder Odimba, that's my dad, he will solve this problem for me. And this man trekked from K2 to our house at Okota. And then when he met my dad was not in a financial position to help him. Why? He had retired, his business had issues and a number of things. But in spite of that, my dad had enough to take care of his children and his family. So it was then that I had my dad say, no, God, I don't want to have enough for my family alone. I want to have enough to begin to help people. But by then, my dad was already retired. Now, why am I telling this story? This thing seeped into my unconscious. I always had enough. I've always had enough to take care of my people, take care of loved ones, people, even extended, people around me. I could take care of them. But you see, that thing kept seeping in your heart. You don't know it's there. And it happened to me. It's there. Too much money. You don't need it. Too much money. You don't need it. It's there. So you have to take conscious effort to break it. I will get into how to break it when we get to the solutions part. But I just want you to know that these are words. These are things you saw the people you loved and trusted repeating all the time. Like I gave my example with my parents. So you can begin to identify them, how things that might be sabotaging you, holding you back. So how do you spot it? I've already given you, begin to look at the words your parents were saying, authority figures in your life, the kinds of things they were saying, the kind of words that frame their worldview. It's important. It will help you spot it. Check for patterns that don't make sense, but that keep repeating in your life, in the lives of your siblings, in the lives of people who are your close network, in the lives of your acquaintances. That is your people, your buddies. Check for patterns. If you check for patterns, you will see them. Like if you discover that everybody in your circle lives in a flat, they grew up in a flat, all of them live in a flat, but none has ever moved into a duplex. They will get opportunities that will make them blow to another level. For some reason, the opportunities will disappear because they said something or did something. They might not even spot anything, but you notice that it is recurring in your various lives. That means there's a mindset controlling you. I am a born again Christian. I say that proudly. I said that to say this. Many things people refer to as generational causes are actually mindsets that they inherited from their families. Most of the things people refer to as spiritual problems that hold them back are actually mindset, patterns, family patterns that people picked up. Because like this I explained to you about my family, I also noticed that many of my siblings picked them up. Because you were raised. If you believe the Bible says train up a child in the way he should go. So the way you train up a child, whether it's consciously or unconsciously, you say when he is old, he will not depart, which means you have framed him to understand mindset. Imagine bricklayers who are about casting something. When they mix concrete, cement and rock and the water, when they mix it with sand and mix everything, when they feel whatever they want to cast, while it is wet, you can go and write and sign your signature on it. You can write a date. You can do anything, write on it, carve it the way you want. But once it is set, you have to smash it and grind it with force to be able to reorder it and pour water again into it. So imagine that when you were a child, you were like that cement with concrete, wet concrete, and then your parents and the authority figures in your life were writing on it. And then as you grew up, that thing had set, mind set, that set. So you need to smash it for you. And if you see the same patterns in your siblings, in the people you grew up with, that means what? That this pattern was trained into you. I'm not saying you should hate your parents, but I'm trying to tell you how you got this thing and how to spot it. I've told you about checking for patterns, looking at your acquaintances. If everybody's operating within a kind of a level and not nobody pushes out. In fact, if any of you pushes out, you now see that he doesn't associate with you much, and the way he talks now, you people don't flow with the way he talks. But he has the persons who break out of your circle and begin to be successful and begin to make fast progress. When you now gather, they tell you, no, the way you people talk, I don't like the way you discover that you are almost now always at variance with him. He's not doing bad things. I don't mean people who went to do Yahoo or bad something sinister to make money. I mean you can vouch for them that they are not doing anything illegitimate to make money. But you discover that when they come with you, they doesn't know the way they know that no, this is wrong, this is wrong. Whenever you're talking about money, their approach to money is totally different from what you planted. But all of you grew together. You see that they now oppose you when you talk statistics. That's indicating to you that a mindset is holding you back. And somebody has helped them break their mindset. And whenever they see you, they are vehemently opposed to that mindset because they don't want to be dragged back into where they are. Don't be angry with them. But pause. God has given you a way out. Begin to study that person or begin to ask him, this thing you said, what do you really think? If he sees you are serious, he will help you. Now, this one is one of the biggest telltale signs because many people might miss these other ones, but this one is difficult to miss. What do you say about people who already have what you want? How do you talk about them? I'll explain this. Let's say you're a young lady. Let's say you are between 23 and 27 years old. And we're talking about showing you how to make $10,000 per month. You say you're interested. You have watched my videos and you have come to trust me and say, this guy knows what he's talking about. And I want to make $10,000 per month. I will help my mother. I'll help my parents. I'll change my family life. But when, by default, you're on the road and you see a young lady who is 23, 24, 25, drive past. Remember, she drives past a, in a Range Rover Sport. Just drives past. And if you're talking with your friends, leave us get shall we, Jerry? That's the first thing that comes out of your mouth. The first, even if you don't say it, that's the first kind of thought that comes to your mind. Leave that girl, Jerry. You don't know how. I don't mean somebody you know who is a runs girl. You don't know this person, but the first thought that comes into your mind is, nah, your boyfriend buy her for her. She has a sugar daddy. If that kind of thought comes into your mind, you are creating a circumference around you within which that kind of money is only possible. That you are restricting yourself. That as a young lady, the only way you can make this kind of money is if you have a sugar daddy or if you sleep around or mess up because that is what you say by default. So if you catch yourself saying such things, it is time to arrest that thought. Now, this is bringing me into the solutions. If you notice that, do you know what he did? You don't know this person, no. You've never met him. It's not as if you met somebody doing something shady. But you just conclude, oh, well, leave that thing. If they tell you what he do, you've not met him from Adam. You are just drawing conclusions. And those conclusions are trying to impress on you. You're trying to impress on the persons you are talking to or to yourself that person got to this level or got that financial level by doing something untoward, sinister, or illegitimate. You have created a framework for yourself within which you can produce that result. That means you can only produce that result within the framework of illegitimacy, sinister actions, and things like that. Why do you think some of these young, gullible young people are going into rituals? It's because they have believed that the only way to make money is through rituals. Now, there are people who their own frame is not just the sinister. Some people may say, that guy, he didn't travel abroad. Now he make am. So if me say, if I get opportunity to go abroad, I go make am. Now, and they see them saying those things repeatedly to themselves. They don't plan to do something evil. That is why you see such people, if they get access and travel abroad, their lives change because their minds have set it that look, if I land the bros, leave that matter, make I just get opportunity to land US, see whether my life no go change. See me 5 years time. And they have been saying this thing for 10 years. They have framed their mind that if they land in the US, you see that young man doing what he would never have attempted to do in Nigeria. Because he has framed his mind and has trained his mind that if this happens, I will do this. So be careful what you do, what you say. That's where you catch yourself. So how do you solve the problem of motivation and mindset? Let's get into it because I've almost been going astray touching them. So how do you solve them? Write out your beliefs about money or yourself that are limiting you. I'm assuming that you have identified them. You have to identify, this thing is limiting me. Like, let's say you believe that you can't make genuine money in Nigeria. That's something you believe. No problem. Bring out the journal, write it down. Write it down. Journal it. Write it down. Begin to write all of them that you believe and the things that are keeping you from this. Because you have taken time to be observant to pick them out. Or in fact, not even take out time. If you have somebody who you think is somebody who is highly critical, I mean, not critical in the negative sense, somebody who has insight, who can tell you, well, I think this is what is holding you back. And such person can give you feedback. Good. You have identified these things. Or based on what I've said now, you are beginning to identify the kinds of things you say about wealthy people, the kind of things you believe about making money in Nigeria or making money online in Nigeria. Let's say you believe that the only way to make money in Nigeria is through politics, to steal money in politics. Or you believe that unless you get work in an oil company or a multinational, if those are the kind of mindset you have, some of them are not necessarily bad, but they are limiting, Write them down. After you have written them down, we are going to ask ourselves something. We're going to do something else. You are going to begin to question those beliefs vigorously. How do you, let's say you say that the only way you can make money in Nigeria is to be a politician. Then you can ask yourself a question. Do I know any rich person, not related to me, do I know any rich person in Nigeria who is not a politician? Because you see, these beliefs have things that they carry. Let's treat this belief like a table. A good table will have like four legs. When you begin to question them vigorously, it's like you are breaking the legs upon which they stand. And if you do it vigorously enough, you break the four legs. And you see that belief will collapse. It will no longer make sense to you because you have now assaulted it. So if for example, you say, the only people who can make money, make money in Nigeria are politicians, then you ask yourself, are there people who are not politicians who are rich in Nigeria? You say yes. You have broken one leg. Are there, begin to it has to take deep thinking and deep, vigorous questioning. Because when you begin to see evidence, so how many people do I know? How many people can I write up now who have made money in Nigeria without being politicians? What of these comedians? How many of them? How many of these skit makers? How about Hollywood actors? What of musicians? You begin to see, so that one knocks off that thought. And you see it has no legs at all. So you say, there are many people who are making money in Nigeria who are not politicians. So that one has been rubbish in your mind. That's okay. They are doing something shady. Okay. The next question is, you really believe that everybody in Nigeria is doing something shady? Do you know one person who is honest? Have you met one Nigerian who is honest? If you say you have never met one Nigerian who is honest, then you have a special case. Because you have a serious case in your hand, so I can't help you. But if you are sincere with yourself, you will know you have met honest people. I've met honest policemen. I'll give you, but you need to be humble enough to assert those things. Ask vigorous questions or throw it out in a forum where you know people have opposing opinions to you. Because if you want to defend it yourself or attack something yourself, it might not work. Bring it to a place where you have somebody who has has an opposite view to that thing. Begin to come with an open mind. That person will begin to give you points why this thing is true. Now, for the motivation part, say create a vivid, pain-driven reason. Give yourself a why that is pain-driven. That what is driving me now at this moment is that I did a business that was hit by COVID. And I had entered into good agreements with some people to help them do certain things. Some of them many people put a lot of money in it. But then COVID struck. Supply chain issues, things that were beyond my control. Lawyers will tell us, you are covered. It's force majeure. But I was raised in a certain type of Christian home where that it is legally okay doesn't mean it is okay for us. That if somebody gives you money and something happens to the money, even if it was not your fault, but it happened in your custody, it is your responsibility to what? Make it good. You should bear the pain and bear the loss, not the person who gave you that money. And so for me, it now has to do with the matter of integrity. And I've been paying for years. I've been paying people for years. Something that they say, go and discuss with a lawyer now. If I discuss with a lawyer, this is force majeure, send all of them letters. It was beyond my control. After all, COVID happened, this happened, I have proof. Look at my receipts. What happened? I said, no, that's not who I am. I will pay all of you to the last dime. I will make it good. And you are talking about something that runs into hundreds and hundreds of millions of naira. Hundreds and hundreds. We've paid a lot, but as we speak this year, we still have hundreds of millions left to pay. And I've sent them a message. Everybody is going to get his balance before the end of this year. And if there's anything I cherish most in my life is to be known as a man of integrity. So if something impugns on my integrity, it hurts me in a way few things can hurt me. So I've created pain that makes me, like now I would have preferred to sleep because of the schedules I had yesterday. But I won't sleep. I'm recording now. So you create a vivid pain-driven motivation. I can't afford to look at these people at the end of the month, at the end of the year, and tell them stories. Say, the country, the government change policy. It's not my business. I have lined up because I know what to do, but now I have to give myself reason. So this reason can drive me throughout the day. That while everybody's sleeping, I am up working. Because if I want to motivate myself by I want to feed my family, I want to take care of my child, I want to send my son abroad, that's rubbish. It won't motivate me because I can literally not do anything again in life and be able to do such things. Because how much do I need to do those things? I don't need much money. But you see, what is not driving me to higher levels? Okay, I want to become a millionaire in 2025, a dollar millionaire in 2025. Is that I have things that I need for me to be able to do and deal with. It's going to be, I need to be at that level. And now, what is pushing me there is not just pleasure, it's the pain, the shame let's say, no, I can't take that shame of saying you didn't use, but you promised us and you didn't do it. That's one of the most hurtful things anybody can tell me because of the way I was raised. So I am now using the mindset I got from my nurture in my favor. That if somebody tells me, if the one of the worst abuses somebody will give me is that you're not a man of integrity. And if the person can prove it, you've ruined my life. So it's a pain point for me. Because of that, no, I can't afford to look these people in the face. I said you trusted me to do business with me, and then I have to tell you a story. That's not the way I was raised. I'll rather die. I'll rather die than not give you that money back. I know I'm covered by law. The law says I'm free to go because it was beyond my control. But no, it doesn't work with me like that. So wow. Yes, that's what is driving it. So you must find something that is vivid, strong, based on your background and the way you think, the things that matter to you, that becomes a pain point. When the pain is great, you just yourself, I don't take coffee. So, but I am alert. Adrenaline will pumping. No, it can't happen. No, I can't let this happen. So you need to create a strong motivation. Now, the motivation you need to hit $1,000 per month if you have been making $200. It's not as much as if the gap you want to jump is high. The higher the jump you want to make, the quantum leap you want to take, the stronger the motivation has to be. Even if you see the way I'm talking now, you see by just telling this story, I am getting some adrenaline rush. You can see it, you can feel it in me because this is important to me. So make it so that it's so important to you that you can't let it go. It will wake you up. You don't need an alarm. It will keep you awake. You don't need coffee. That's a strong pain point that will motivate you to get it. But then it's not all negative. You also need to track your progress when you have started and celebrate it. For example, now, I gave myself a 120-day challenge. I'm going to create this. I'm going to do this every day for the next 120 days. Now, having created that, I will celebrate the completion of each day's tasks. I'll track it. I've done today's tasks, and I'll celebrate myself. Can give myself a small treat. Something like I can just say, "Oh, today was a great day. I did what I set out to do today." Track it and celebrate yourself. That way, you'll be redefining who you are. And if you start doing those and celebrating start tracking and celebrating those small successes. Those small successes will propel you to higher ones. And by the way, you can also break down big goal into small actionable steps. And as you win each one and make a habit of winning, your mindset is being reprogrammed into a winner. Who is a winner? A winner is somebody who wins. A winner is not somebody who wins big things. It's just somebody who wins. So you can program by just tracking your progress and celebrating all the small wins. You begin to see yourself as a winner. And once it enters into your subconscious that you're a winner, even when you attempt things that are slightly bigger, you can now look at them from the look. I'll break them down into small steps and I will win each of the small steps. Once you become a winner in your mindset, you can't become a loser. Just the same way If you may begin to lose yourself as I lose all the time, I lose all the time, you begin to create an identity of a loser. So tracking your progress and celebrating each small win begins to ingrain in you, I'm a winner. I did it yesterday. Uh-huh. So I want to do it for 120 days, but I'm not going to do 120 days at once. If I'm doing 3 videos a day, that's my target for myself. All I need to do is finish the first video. I've done it. I celebrate it. So let me do the next one and the next one. And at the end of the day, wow, I did it. I did today's one. I'm not going to be thinking about the 120 days. I've done today's one. I celebrate it. I'm a winner. It begins to reprogram you into becoming the winner at the level you want to be. So that's one of the ways to do that. The final thing I would suggest as a solution is get a strong mentor. Don't take a mentor who will beg you. Sir, I couldn't do what you told me to do. Say, come on, get out of this place. We don't take excuses here. What, sir, they hold up, shut up. Don't you know that there are usually hold ups in Nigeria, in Lagos especially? You have a meeting with me and you didn't leave early. That's the kind of mentor you need. Somebody who will not take your excuses. Somebody who will hold you accountable to the standards he holds himself. If you need to find such a person, if you want to enter the next level, and if that next level is high, for example, now if you're making $500 or its equivalent per month, and you want to get to $10,000 per month, you need a strong mentor. And that's why I want to introduce to you our mentorship program, 10K in 24. It's not only that I will teach you exactly the steps you need to take. I'm going to I'm going to hold you. I'm going to hold you accountable. Those who have stayed close to me know I am an accountability master. People don't come to me and begin to tell me stories. Sir, I couldn't do it because this happened. And I will give you stories of what I did when things worse than yours happened. And I won't take nonsense. So if you want a strong mentor who will not only teach you but may hold you accountable, I want you to join our mentorship program. To do that, click the link in the pinned comment or description. You will see 10K in 24. You have to sign up, provide your email, your name, and your phone number. After signing up, you have to go into that email and confirm so that people will not give us fake emails. People do that. When you confirm, our system also will know that we didn't just add your email or use shenanigans to add you there. The record is there that you confirmed, you logged into your email and confirmed. After we get that, you get automatically a link to a place where you will fill a form, a questionnaire, an application form. We want to make sure we are the right fit for you and you are the right fit for us. When we confirm that you are the right fit for us and we are the right fit for you, we will send you a link to book. These things happen automatically because we have set parameters for that. When you join our mentorship program, we will show you how to do them. You will now book a call. When you book a call, I will call you. I'll send you my phone number, but I will call you and we will talk. You can ask all your questions, clear your concerns, whatever you need to do. When we have done and both of us are satisfied, we will now give you our payment details for you to pay and join our mentorship program, which will be kicking off. The first batch will be kicking off later this month. Now, if you don't have time, but you are interested in making money online to the tune of $10,000 per month or more, or less, you may just want to be making extra $200 per month, we have a done for you package. This done for you package will bring you to a point where you earn this amount, whatever amount you want, within 25 months. The details of it, if you want to get details about that, there's a link also in the pinned comment and description below. It is DFY-PIDA. It's a done for you program. When you join, you go through the process like those who are for the mentorship program. You sign up, confirm, fill an application form. We make sure you are right. We are right for each other. Then you book a call. Then we talk. Ask all your questions, whatever. Depending on the level of investment you want to do, we might even involve our lawyers. Everything is down to you, but you have no reason not to make $10,000 per month and more. It's up to you. Anything that is telling you you can't do it is a wrong mindset. It's time to break it. Watch this video. If you need more help, there are great people you can check online about dealing with mindset. But once you understand you have mindset issue problem, you are halfway to solving it. Thanks for watching this video. God bless you and have a great life.